Alright, so now we're going to start actually assembling some of these gantry plates and building up the framework. So here we have one of the Y-axis plates and a few things on here. You've got 3 slots here in the center. These will be for the 20 by 60 that make up the X-axis rail. And then if you want, you can use 2 of these M5 holes in front for attaching the cast 90 brackets. And then these 2 holes back here, we'll actually put those in red. Those 2 holes are for mounting the 20 by 40 that goes along the X-axis, which that is really just there to hold up the wiring and your electronics package. So as we move on from here, you'll end up taking 6 of your self-tapping screws to attach the 2 20 by 60 V-slot, and then you'll take 2 more self-tapping screws and attach the first end of the 20 by 40 V-slot. So when that is all said and done, you should end up looking like this. So you'll have the 2 20 by 60 rails on the front, a gap of about 1 inch, and then the 20 by 40 rail on the back. So at this point you will want to go ahead and in the front you'll insert 2 T-nuts on this 20 by 60 extrusion here. And these will be for those cast 90s. You want to put 1 on the bottom, 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top. And then you can just kind of slide those out of the way just to make sure they don't fall out. And then you'll flip it over, and on the back here you'll want to insert 4 T-nuts, and these will actually be what the X Pro is connected to through your electronics mount. So now that we have all this done, give you a look at this other end. Try not to lose the T-nuts here. So you've got your 6 self-tapping screws holding in the 20 by 60 and your 2 self-tapping screws holding in the 20 by 40. These are different than what shipped in your kit primarily because we ran out of the black ones. So we have silver ones that aren't quite as nice looking. We'll slide this back. And now we need to assemble our X and Z axis onto here. So you'll want to take your X and Z axis, again making sure that your flats on these eccentrics are down, and that's going to space out these wheels as far as possible and make this easier to put on these actual rails. So then you'll just want to take this axis, gantry system I guess, and then you'll just slide it on. You can slide that over. You'll want your motor in the back, Z-axis in the front. It's really not a whole lot to be said about that. It just done right, it'll slide right on. And then you'll want to go ahead and attach your second Y gantry plate on this side and call it a day. So we'll go ahead and do that now. So this is a little bit off camera, but what we're doing, well, what I'm doing is pulling up the Z-axis so that this other plate is sitting flat on the workbench. And then we will just line things up and bolt them down. Alright, and that gives you your X-axis firmly attached to your Y gantry plates. At this point, you can add the cast 90s. Which, we'll go ahead and put those in there. So for these, you will want the 8mm screws. And you want to bolt through that with 2 of your 20mm M5s. And you'll finish that off with your night locks.